Hey, my name's Josh Dukes. This is Erin K. Jones. Last episode we talked about home inspections. This episode we're going to give you a bonus on other inspections.
There's more?
There sure is.
All
listen
right.
up, Battle Buddy. You got to listen.
Let's do it.
All right.
We had some questions about maybe other inspections. So what kind of other inspections do you normally have, Josh?
Well, I do know that there are homes that there's a box in the backyard that collects something from the bathroom. What are they
Usually
called?
buried. This is
Oh, yes. Yep. Definitely buried. Definitely buried. But what are those things called?
it's usually called a septic system.
Oh, yeah. My grandfather had another name for it, but we want to keep this... without an E on it for explicit. So I'll just say I'm going to keep quiet.
So when you're buying a home that might be on a septic system, we typically almost never waive that. But even newer systems, I had a client that had a system that was a couple years old and there was massive root intrusion, things like that.
Yep.
So you're going to have a septic inspection. You're going to check out, make sure everything's good, make sure everything is squared away. And usually we can negotiate repairs with the seller on this sort of thing. There's a lot of health and safety guidelines that have to be met. So I would say most of the time things with septic system we're able to get up and working and should be good for you to move forward to your new home. The other ones would be well. So if you do have a well on the property, which is very common with the septic, we're going to do water testing. We're going to take a look at the well. We're going to look at water flow, all those sort of things. We are in a very high radon area as well. So radon is an odorless gas. It comes from uranium platelets in the ground. Uranium. And it is in all the air we breathe. So we are breathing it right now, but it is dangerous in a high concentration.
4.0 was it, right?
4.0 is the EPA remediation guideline, but they actually suggested at 2.
Oh, I did not know that.
4.0 percoliters per... I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, I'm not...
I don't know.
I said 4.0 and let it go because I didn't want to say that. Because I mess it up every time.
Percolator. Anyway.
Yeah. Just drop in the comments. I know you're going to correct us, so it's fine.
Percoliters per...
Not even going to do it.
Whatever. So radon is a very common health hazard in our area, and radon is usually more prominent in areas that are below grade. It could be on grade, or areas that maybe a lot of doors and windows aren't being opened a lot. Sure. It can build up into a really hazardous quantity, and they say it's the number one cause of lung cancer for a non-smoker.
That's crazy, isn't it? Because nobody would have thought of that.
What do you think the number one cause of lung cancer for a smoker is?
Cigarettes?
There you go.
Wow, I'm smart. Oh my gosh, I was nervous I was going to get this wrong in front of hundreds of thousands of people.
You're willing our subscribers to be hundreds of thousands.
I already know it's going to happen.
Yes. Now, it's the number 2 cause of lung cancer for a smoker. So with radon, now, if you waive that as part of your pre-inspection, or you maybe can't negotiate one as part of the contract, you can do one after closing. And I recommend a long-term test over short-term test, because even in a real estate transaction, you're going to do a 2-day test. You really want 3, 4, 5, 6 months, or maybe a continuous radon monitor. That would be the best case scenario. And you're always, because the seasons can change. Snow on the ground, you might get lower radon. Really hot summer, you might get higher radon. It just really depends on the seasons. So you can do a test after you move in. You can get a monitor, maybe put it in your basement. You can check on that from here and there. And then if you need a radon mitigation system or remediation, it's fairly easy to do. And I would say most of the time costs like, what, $1,000 to $2,000?
Yeah, $2,000 on the high end. If you need maybe 2 fans, right?
Yep, so that's doable. Yeah. You know, we don't always know 100%, but it is doable that it's most likely remediable and you'll be in good shape.
Yeah, and the remediation, you know what's great about that is if you have to have remediation done, at least now you have it in your house and you can walk downstairs and say, oh, well, I'm good. A lot of houses, you have no idea what's going on down there. So a lot of times if we show a house and there's a remediation system, I pointed out.
I know my buyers, I don't know about you, they're like, oh my God, there's a radon system, there's radon, I'm out of here.
Yeah, and you're like, high five, we got a remediation system. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
You're safer than you are without one.
That's
so
right.
Don't shy away from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, because a lot of buyers will turn their head and say, I don't want that house, it has radon. Newsflash, everywhere has
Everybody has
radon.
radon.
So
That's
we
right.
definitely recommend that you take a look at that before you buy, after you buy. Even if you do a short-term test, get a long-term monitor. You're going to be in much better shape.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing is a lot of buyers ask us, what other kind of inspection should we have, or is regular home inspection enough? So really, we're going to let the home inspector determine if there's other things that you need to take a look at. Sometimes maybe a chimney inspection.
Whoa. People don't think of a chimney inspection. I mean, it's just a bunch of bricks, right? Build a little fire in there.
You might need a new
what could
liner.
go wrong?
Maybe it's built with terracotta, it's falling apart, and you aren't safe to build a fire. Or maybe it's your flue for your HVAC, which a lot of people don't really realize you have a second chimney for that.
That is true. Yeah, if you want to waste like 10 or 15 minutes of your life, just type in chimney fire. Blow your mind. A lot of people don't even realize like what an actual chimney fire is. I mean, it's incredible. And that's why you do want to get it cleaned and serviced. You do want a level 2 inspection, which means they're going to go all the way up through it and they're going to look at everything and they're going to document it. They're going to take pictures. Because getting
They're not going to come down like Santa Claus? No.
I mean...
Camera going up.
Yeah, probably. There's a medical procedure for that, but we're not going to talk about it, though.
Josh, dude. Okay. Other kind of inspections that your regular home inspector might say that you need. Sewer scope.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We talked about chimney. The other one would be a termite inspection.
Or wood-destroying insects.
Yeah, wood-destroying insects, which there are way more than just termites. There's carpenter bees, carpenter beetles, all kinds of things. So these are all kind of inspections that we will talk about when we're having consultation with you, when we're going through the process. And we want to make sure that everything you're doing is keeping your best interest in mind and your risk as low as possible. Thank you so much for checking out our bonus content today. If you missed our larger video about all the home inspection types, check it out and
subscribe, like, and comment below.
Definitely.